Okay, hello first graders. Today we are looking at lesson 4-9. We're going to be using mathematical reasoning in our lesson today, and we're going to be looking at page 279 to find it. So if you don't yet have your book out, you can go ahead and pause your video, get that out. I'll share my workspace with you. You can see here we're on lesson 4-9. Emily is on that page and she has a large workspace with some lines to write. And we're looking at page 279. Okay, so here Emily is sharing some directions with us. So I'm going to go ahead and read that and you can follow along in your book. It says, write a number story for 14 minus 8. Then write an equation to match your story. Okay, so we're being asked to do two things. We're going to write a number story for 14 minus 8. Then we're going to write an equation to match. Okay, so whenever we're being asked to write a story, a good thing to think about first is what it is that you want to write about, what your subject is going to be. Often I find that animals or food are really good subjects to write about. Okay, so for example, maybe you want to write about strawberries or donuts or grapes. Maybe you want to write about dogs or cats or penguins. Okay, I think we'll start our example story today about cats. Okay, so a lot of you brought your cats to our Bring Your Pet to School Day. So that sounds like a fun subject for us to write about. Okay, so my equation is 14 minus 8, right? So I know at the beginning of the story, I need to show that I have 14 cats. So we can say 14 cats. That's my subject, so cats. And those cats have to be doing something. What are some things that cats like to do? Cats like to play, they like to sleep, they like to eat. How about we put 14 cats play? That sounds like a fun story. So 14 cats play. Okay, I'm gonna write pull. It's a sight word. I hear a blend at the beginning. Play, A-Y at the end. Okay, so I have 14 cats play. There's my first sentence, period. Okay, now I know my next thing that I need to have in my story is that we have to take away, right? We have to take away 8 of those cats. So 14 cats play. What can happen to 8 of them that they stop playing for some reason? Maybe 8 of them go eat, or maybe the 8 of them take a nap. I know my cat likes to nap a lot, so maybe that's how I'll have 8 of them stop playing. So 14 cats play, and I'll say 8 of, another sight word, right? OF, it's a rule breaker. 8 of the cats, and cat is what I write first, at, and then I know I want more than one, so I put an S at the end. Okay, so I have 14 cats play. 8 of the cats go, G-O, take. I hear t, ache. And that A says its name, so I know I need a silent E at the end. Okay, 8 of the cats go take a nap. So I'm going to put A and then nap. Okay. 8 of the cats go take a nap, period. Now for my question, how many are left? I want to know how many are still playing, right? So my last part is going to be how. Hey, that was one of our sight words from this week, wasn't it? Yeah, how. How many, another sight word, many, M-A-N-Y, Many, I know many times if an E is at the end of a word, like puppy, baby, pretty, it's made with a Y. How many are, another sight word, A-R-E, so kind of a put in your head word. How many are left? I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to start all the way at the next line. I hear O, F, T at the end. There's a blend there. And then I need a question mark because it's asking a question. How many are left? Okay, so if I read my whole story, and it would be great if you would like to read it with me. Okay, we can read it together. Here we go. 14 cats play. 8 of the cats go take a nap. How many are left? Okay, so now I have a story that matches 14 minus 8, don't I? I'm going to go ahead and fill in my equation down below. 14 minus 8. Okay, now I want to find the sum, or what the answer, I'm sorry, not the sum, the difference, or what the answer is. So I can start at 14 and count back 8, or I can start at 8 and count on till I get to 14. That seems to be a strategy that people are comfortable with. So let's try that one. 8, we're going to stop at 14. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, looks like there was a difference of 6 in there. So 14 minus 8 equals 6. All right, good job, guys. Let's go ahead and look at the next page here. Emily has some more to share with us. If I look up here in these green boxes, the first box says, write a number story for 5 plus 7. So this time they're adding. Then write an equation to match your story. So they're doing the same thing. First, they're writing a number story, and then they're writing an equation to go with that. All right, in the next box, it asks, how can I show what the numbers and symbols mean? And Emily says, I think about what 5, 7, and the plus sign mean in the problem. I can use that to write a story. Okay, so let's see what kind of story Emily writes. She says, Lee sees 5 bugs in her garden. Well, she decided to write about bugs, right? We wrote about cats. She wrote about bugs. Lee sees 5 bugs in her garden. Then 7 more bugs fly in, right? She had to add her equation. We subtracted, she had to add. So 7 more bugs fly in. How many bugs does Lee see in all? In all are key words for addition, right? So that was a good idea. She had 12 bugs in all. She solved at the end because she knew that 5 plus 7 equals 12. Okay, so she kind of sums up here. She says there were 5 bugs and 7 more bugs come, so you add. And then at the very end, she shows us her equation. 5 plus 7 equals 12. Lee sees 12 bugs. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the guided practice then. It's asking us to complete the number story. So look, this time they kind of give us the outline of the story. Then complete the equation to match the story. Draw a picture to help if needed. So here's some space to draw a picture if we need. So the equation that we start with for number 1 is 17 minus 9. 17 minus 9. So I know I'm starting with 17 and I'm going to have to take away 9 somehow in the story. So let's read the story that they came up with. Carlos has blank dog treats. Okay, we wrote about cats. Emily wrote about bugs. And now we have a story about dog treats, right? Okay, Carlos has 17 dog treats because we know we start our equation with 17. Now somehow 9 of those have to get taken away. So let's see what happens. Tom has 9 dog treats. How many more treats does Carlos have? Okay, so in this equation, they're comparing the two numbers. Comparing the two numbers is also a way to subtract because we're looking for the difference between the two numbers. Okay, so again, Carlos has 17 treats. It's important. Tom has 9 dog treats, and the question is, how many more treats does Carlos have? Okay, so in order to solve for that, we can use this space to draw a picture and help us to solve, right? If I know how many there are altogether and I know one part, a great strategy is a parts to whole chart. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in my box to help me solve. Okay, I know there were 17 treats altogether, so that's going to go in the hole. I know there were 9 that Tom had. What I need to figure out is how many more how many more treats did Carlos have? Okay, so I can start with 9 and then count on until I get to 17. So let's do that together. We can say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to stop because I got to 17. So how many did I have to add all together? Well, I have 6, 7, 8. So 8 is my answer. 17 minus 9 equals 8. There were 8 dog treats. Okay. All right, guys. So in your independent practice today, you are going to be asked to write some of your own stories. Okay. So if I look at the directions here for independent practice, it's asking us to write a number story to show the problem, complete the equation to match your story. All right. So would you like to do number 2 together and do one more together? And then you can do numbers 3 and 4 on your own. How about that? Okay. So let's see. We've written about cats. We heard a story about bugs. There was also a story about dog treats. How about we write a story about something yummy, a yummy treat. You guys, I bet you really enjoy donuts. I know I enjoy a good donut. How about we write about that? Okay. So how many do we have to start off with? We have to start off with 9. Okay. So I'm going to say, I have 9 donuts. I have 9 donuts. I have 4 words there that I'm going to be writing. Say it with me. I have 9 donuts. 4 words, okay? So I'm going to write this. I have, that's a sight word. It's a put in our head word because it doesn't follow the rules, right? There's a silent E at the end. It's a rule breaker. So I have H-A-V-E, have. I have 9 donuts. Do, and then nut. Hey, I can hear all those sounds. T. But I don't just want 1 donut. I want 9 donuts. So I'm going to put an S at the end. Okay. I have 9 donuts. Period. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put Emily in our story. We're going to say Emily has 4. Notice we need to add. Okay, so Emily is going to bring 4 more. Okay, so Emily brings 4 more. That's 4 words in my sentence. Emily brings 4 more. Okay, so here we go. Emily. Well, it's her name and it's the beginning of the sentence. So I'm going to start with a capital E. M. Did I hear that? And then I, like igloo. And then Lee. Ooh, and then, oh, there's that E sound at the end. You know, it's made with a Y, right? Okay, so Emily brings, ooh, there's a blend. Ing. Ing is a chunk that we've seen. I-N-G, right? Makes the ing sound. Brings. There we go. Emily brings how many more? 4. 4 more. Or, ooh, there's a bossy R. And then we have a silent E at the end of that word, more, period. Okay? All right, let's read what we have so far. You can read it with me. I have 9 donuts. Emily brings 4 more. Now I have to ask my question, how many in all? Right? How many in all? How many in all? Oh, another sentence with 4 words. Okay, so how, hey, there's that sight word again. We just added it to our word pile on Monday, didn't we? How many There's a look at another E sound at the end, just like in Emily. Ends with a Y, doesn't it? Okay. How many in, I can hear both those sounds. All. All is another sight word. Look at that, guys. A-L-L, double L. How many in all? That's a question, so I know I'm going to put a question mark at the end. Okay? All right. So I know that I have 9 donuts. Emily brings 4 more. How many in all? It sounds like a great story, guys. Okay, so now I just need to solve. I have 9, and I need to add 4 more. So let's go ahead and scoop up the 9 and count on 4 more. It sounds like this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Added 4 more. You can see I have 13. Okay? All right. Very good work, boys and girls. So you'll just need to do numbers 3 and 4 on your own. Okay? Remember, it's a good tip to kind of think about what it is you want to write first, your subject, and then you just build your story around that subject using the numbers that they give you in the equation. Okay? All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I will be seeing you very soon. Until then, take good care. Okay, guys? All right. Bye.